the host Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Amor Mottley of Barbados, to deliver her remarks.
Thank you very much, Secretary General, Prime Ministers, colleague Prime Ministers, heads of delegation. My task this morning is very simple. The Chair is going to deliver the substantive remarks with respect to COFAP, but my task this morning is to welcome you all to Barbados, to indicate that it is our pleasure to be hosting the second COFAP meeting in 3 months, having had a break of 5 years. And I think that the mere presence of those of us here this morning indicate the seriousness with which we believe the items on the agenda have to be confronted. There is no doubt that the common difficulties that we face with respect to the blacklisting and negative listing of our countries with respect to critical aspects of our economy in terms of our financial services continues to bedevil our economic stability. There is no doubt that we cannot seek to work separately as we attract investment to our countries in a way that undermines each other's stability, and hence the need for a common community investment policy and code. There is no doubt that we need to have our financial services architecture regulated by treaty arrangements. And indeed, when we look at the investment policy code, that was first settled as far back, I think, as 2008 or 2009. So that we're talking about almost a decade in the wilderness in the absence of being able to settle some of these critical initiatives, that this meeting can bring us closer to settling and signing off on them, that we can enhance the ability of our citizens to be able to access credit by putting a framework in place that protects both the individual citizen as well as the financial institution, is absolutely critical if we are going to give true expression to improving the lot of our citizens. And finally, that we address issues that are fundamentally about the competitiveness of the single market, but relate to how our economy functions, is also before us, because if we are going to carry the single market to the next level, then these issues have to have some advances made with respect to them. And I refer to the question of the integrated capital markets of our region. All of us are having access problems with respect to capital. Too many of our citizens in the productive sectors, too many of our companies in the productive sectors are complaining about their inability to be able to access capital in ways that make sense and at costs that make sense. And to the extent, therefore, that we can allow for the surplus liquidity in markets to be able to flow to other markets, we will have added value to our general ability to move towards greater growth in the region. And therefore, this meeting is timely, and I look forward to the substantive decisions that we will make today, recognizing that tomorrow we meet as a Prime Ministerial Subcommittee on the CSME, and therefore some of these decisions are absolutely critical to advancing the work on the single market yet again. And all of this before we meet finally for the special meeting before the end of the year. So thank you for coming. I trust and pray that Barbadian hospitality will keep your hearts warm and keep your bodies feeling even better. And to that extent, that you will want to continue to return here every time we ask you to come in the aid of the regional integration movement. Thank you.